Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Once again, welcome to my chat room. Today, we are going to ask the spirits about the daily global politics question that you had asked me for a while during this winter to do the readings as well. We are going to talk about this week the political themes like Tucker interview arriving. As well, do check up the 1 hour my video prediction what happened in Moscow till 2 days ago when I have done this live stream. I think it's downloaded yesterday, so you can check up. It's 1 hour the reading about Tucker and reaction of the what will happen with him on the return to from Moscow. And as well, today we are going to, as well to check Zelensky. Is he on the run? Where he's going to finish? America or Dubai? As well, we are going to talk starting from the spiritual war underground. Interesting theme. I have touched this theme last year. I had the reading about the stairs showing up on funny places in the middle of the nowhere, the stairs towards the heaven, where I explained the connection with the aliens. They are already on the planet Earth as well. I have talked a little bit about the underground extraterrestrial in mystery of disappearance of that. I do believe geolog was the guy uh, who was doing the trekking YouTube videos about trekking in the middle of the desert with a funny M M shape and last time seen there and disappeared and never found. So the theme around what is underground and how the people are disappearing, or how people, so many people, had the experience of being kidnapped and return back as well return back to their home lives, but in a different damaged health and without certain organs as well. So many people these days, and specifically starting from last month, and this is when we are recording 2024 February, start of February, but specifically from January 2024, there is a lot of talk about what was the secret files are about the extraterrestrial. And here it is, the story goes around unwrapping the things that eventually the governments were aware. So I'm going to start reading about underground aliens, and definitely I just heard there are different kinds. There are the good and the bad one. That's the first one. As well, look at the government. My card of the government, the emperor cards, postponing the cycle. They know the information, but they're just postponing as well. This is like revisiting. It's a good time to, in this epoch of age of Aquarius, it's literally revisiting the theme that strategically was avoided by the government. But I must say that whatever postponing, they were strategically didn't want people to be in a panic as well. They didn't know how to deal with these things. It's like pretty massive. What I postpone now, I want to revisit. I cannot avoid because there is so much information as well. With Age of Aquarius, we have these secrets revealed on this of the news. Like it's not the news; it's like old things that happened for a long time ago, and it seems like it's I'm not serving you the news, but it's something that was boiling and prepared and done long time ago on the planet Earth. But now we are served with okay, yes, talk, let's face them because we cannot avoid them. It's like being close to that battlefield where everything will be exposed, so we cannot avoid anymore that team. That's kind of vibes I'm getting from the government. As you see, there is a feeling of people coming and going on and off and returning, and it seems like it's with this order. It seems like we are returning this in a bigger manners as well. My beautiful deck, that is by the way Third Eye Tarot, have this illustration that really reminds me of, look at the shape of connecting with the space when there are the aliens arriving there, these circles left. And I must say my experience with in my region, where is one of my summer houses, literally of my family summer houses. It's literally where I was born, the Olympia, the the mother of the great Alexander the Great. And they're the shape of the circles repeating, uh, being there as well. It's found out the portal inside of the forest in the rocks, and it's very interesting. And there where I had put the ashes of my first dog departed. So yes, there are many portals, and this is like there are the doors in the rocks, doors in the in pardon me, always opposite side when I look on computer on the screen. There are doors connection with the people who are already looking at us, checking us for a while, um, and seems like as well uh, the government, as you see, it will be connected to the government and elite that they were trying to. Uh, Some of them, as you see, they are exposed over the media and what the elite is trying to postpone. I see there is a strategy here that they look at these first three cards. The government and elite, they try to postpone the cycle with the common people having this information, but seems like the medias are now, you cannot stop the media. And and definitely you have to have the medias are informing the simple people these days. That this is the only good side of the technology thing. You cannot stop the information. These are the, as you see, revisit of the information with the Ace of Wands. This is a card of Ace of Wands. So definitely they are here, and I must say that behind the scene of being under, keeping people under the veil, and informations like, wow, extraterrestrials and any aliens that don't exist, was that elite. This strategy was definitely from the elite. As well, it seems like as well this elite was in some kind of the trade business deal with these gray ones. Look at, I have a card of the contractor and taking an action as explanation of this. And as well, a lot of doctors, my card of the doctor is magician card. A lot of doctors were under the contract, taken, just disappeared, and doing the things for that material. The one that they were taken, look at this. Literally like doctors who were taken and under the contract. Uh, this knowledge with the Queen of Swords, there is a knowledge arriving about this old news, and we cannot avoid it. The Queen of Swords, one that is going to serve the news, and you cannot escape it because thanks to the media, you cannot escape this news this time. So many people with this revisit Ace of Wands is explained with the Page of Cup. People are returning back apologetic because there were some of them that were blackmailed, like as well these doctors as well, the people who work under the contract, let's say the military guys, they were under the contract, and talking of their experience was forbidden under the contract. They had to sign with the government, going back to the camp and talking about meeting up and being in contact, seeing face to face the extraterrestrial. They were under the contract, forbidden to tell the truth. And this is them revisiting. Um, it's like childish behavior with this card, and again, childish behavior with these cards, what we reject in the past time, now we want to tell, what we were forbidden to talk, pardon, now we want to tell. to the medias, and there is the feeling of guiltiness inside of these people who were so many years not talking. Some of them they were talking, they were put on a hold, and it was as well. Look at some of them, they were of course keeping up the job, and they had to keep quiet when they were asked from the bosses, from authorities, or to sign the contract of silence of this information. So we have this so in so many stories. Remember that story of all the people that they were there in 1950s having experience with extraterrestrial, the military guys there again had to sign the contract of silence as well. There were the people in the military base, I do believe somewhere in Indonesia, one of the big islands in Indonesia, and they have their near their base in the forest, they have that meeting up with extraterrestrial, and they felt that strange force, and they felt powerless at the same time. They needed to inform the rest of the world, but as well returning back to the base, who you tell first, emergency, we saw this and that, you say to your boss, and your boss tell to the chief back in US, and there is again, there they were given the papers to sign the contract. They were little strategically stopped from talking by contract of agreement of silence. And with this card, definitely whatever is evidence, it was just, it needed the time to be expressed, because they were literally blackmailed with their work, with again from the work, it blackmail going back to their families. And this patience card with talking about people who were under the contract, there are so many people who were under the contract for a while with temperance cards, and definitely they're resigning from whatever was contract of the silence with this card of the, I'm going to quit from whatever I was under the contract. And as well, I'm fed up with the disinformation, and definitely look at uh, the people. Obviously, they want to say there is as well. The last card as well here was uh, the enlightenment. I mean, the proof for me, the proof of the people who were revisiting, definitely showing out on the information. While before we have chariot card. Chariot is like a moon card of secret of these underground aliens. But here it's the right moment of exposing these two, exposing by returning to that team, that for a long period we were blackmailed financially not to talk. As well, with these two cards, it's giving me the vibes that there are people under the contract again, under the contract with this little gray one, uh, as well, sent from elite, and um, again, uh, many doctors were under the contract. Um, uh, your question, is there a difference? Are they good or bad, these underground aliens? Wow, first of all, on our side, there is a team on our side. That's a good card that I'm popping out. Another one, I'm getting chilled as well. There is a feeling of, there are two kinds. Look at, guys. There are two kinds. One that they're trying to execute us, and another one that there are two clubs. One that there are partners. They come with that five dimension of love, and another that they want just to take out all the darkness and put on the surface the opposite things. Um, um, there is that confusion of us at this moment. Should we trust or not? This with five of wands, there are different kinds of people around me. We are confused. Should we be under the influence? How we are going to recognize the good or the bad? Of course, everything is telepathic, I must say, but as well, the whole world is confused with this information. Seems like that spiritual telepathic change on a global level. Uh, what is the future? Who is going to win? First of all, as I see a planet Earth, I see that literally, um, I see with the planet Earth card. My planet Earth card is an Empress, and I see that thanks to this, the good one, our friendly part of the alliance, um, we should literally put apart, break through the injustice, break through the injustice of the one that they have this destructive energy, as well this destructive energy of the one that they're the gray ones that they are on the dark side. They promote the global war and anything dark inside of us. Like guys, there is on daily basis you hear the news. Like I literally last night I literally watched one long explanation of the true crime stories analysis about what happened these days. Like there was a couple, boyfriend and girlfriend living together, and then the suddenly boy just while they were chopping onions in the kitchen, there was a so-called fight, quarrel that turned to him literally being aggressive. Here I don't want to name, make her few and literally finish her life. That's really something bringing up the darkness inside of us, but we are not meant for that. If the planet Earth and all the citizens of the Earth are in alliance with the good one, alliance, um, we cannot be part of the wars and execution. That's what the dark forces want to bring. And as well, there is a thing that where these dark forces of the aliens underground, they are working on a mental state of like that case just I named, of literally people who are live these days on the planet Earth. There's so many cracking mental breaking situation where suddenly some normal couple people having a normal type of the life. What is normal, by the way? It's so relative. But they have this mental break. Unfortunately being under the influence of this darkness, and it's definitely going on a mental level. And um, uh, with this information bringing now to the to us, like I said again, it's old news but being stirred. Why stirred now? Because like you're pushed to the walls, and then you cannot avoid anymore living in illusion. um, I just heard be prepared. It's like be ready, because it seems like wow. And again the spirit is coming up with me with these chills, and um, like they're more and more trying to show up on the surface. I'm just going to pop out a few different tarot decks again, guys. 1 second. And we have to be ready, definitely. Look at the secrets card. Look at guys, secrets. Okay, secrets revealed, breaking up with the secrets. And that's what is here, break up of all the secrets. And being directive and honest at this moment, like in the manners of character of the Taurus, is the only way. uh, what was before secretive, like in a Scorpion, nature doesn't work. We have to be honest. It's like a time of revealing the things that, as well, a lot of people that they were sacrificed. There is a knowledge of a lot of people being sacrificed from these underground aliens. And um, like we remember that I'm doing that long playlist. That was my first playlist, Justice Will Be Served, with so many missing people. While there is so many missing people, not just adults, there is so many missing babies as well. And the story goes back to that literally time to reveal who were the sacrificed people, as well who are the victims at the same time. the one that they returned from being kidnapped situation and share their experience. Whatever was before blocked as well, whatever was before blocked, it's time to express. Look at this part, these two cards. Whatever was first card uh, uh, being blocked, but now as well the gate is open for information. And we have to be brave, and we always have to pray, and that we are on the right side. Only with the prayer we can protect the planet Earth and protect us in the spiritual world from dark forces. That's the major thing here. I'm going to use more tarot decks. One second, guys. Let me just have one more message for you guys. Give me one more message about the spiritual work. Advice. Focusing on the living. Raising vibration. As well, it's time to take an action. It's like rising the conscience and being aware of who is the real enemy, and as well finally taking an action and marching. That goes back to the second question, next question about the protests around the planet, specifically European protests at this moment. So rising and marching to beat these dark forces. Wow, I picking some words, some of the words here. So I have picked up, like I said, I have picked the uh, focusing on life, rising the conscience, taking an action and marching to beat these dark forces. Inside of you is a beautiful music, and that music is music of the love and music of tolerance. And at the end, we are all the one, and we are the one with the pure love, and we were made from divine energy, and we have to stand and keep on praying and being on that side. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that some of you feel powerless. You think that you feel threatened from uh, this powerful other dimension, gray gray aliens, and uh, don't be don't feel less confident. Don't Definitely there's a lot of fears around with these cards, these two cards. I'm covering these two cards, mental fears and confusion. Of course, this information, some of information for some of you, when officially government give you this information, there is not any more chance of fantasy and maybe it's not true. No, it's a total, it's a full information, and I must say it's a old information. We should have, uh, the government needs to apology to all the people that they were literally pronounced, some of them um, uh, pronounced in the past time like a lunatics. It's not true. Nobody believed them. They have literally ruined their lives just because they have to keep lying. And it was reverse reality. In fact, government was lying, but they were pronouncing the people who would talk about their real life experience, terrifying experience with kidnapping from the NLO, from aliens. Definitely. Um, they will need to apologize. They will need to really have like a public apology um, at the end of this war. Um, why I say so? Because here it is. I see the word "I'm sorry" at the end and taking responsibility. At the end of the day, I mean, this is just the start of a long day of the spiritual war. I must say that taking responsibility is just stepping out with this information in this form by spreading out a little bit of the old news. It's a kind of government um, understanding that they are pushed in the corner, and they have to take responsibility by literally making these statements of a little bit of news of different um, secret, uncovering some secret archives about the experience with aliens. Government is taking responsibilities in these small steps. Again, um, don't be fooled, because elite is behind all these statements, and all the politicians in government are literally like a puppets of the uh, of the this rich elite. And definitely as well that statement of promoting the war and being on the side, and they're under contract with, to have this protection in such a long period of the evil. Definitely this elite of the rich people definitely needs to have to be under the contract with some of the dark forces, definitely. And it's totally I just heard a parallel world. um, Underground is such a parallel world where so many people are literally there. The people who were missing, even from the same famous, successful doctors and other kind of the scientists, literally, they're alive working there, and they're underground having a contract with literally working and doing experiment, unfortunately doing experiment um, uh, with observing the life on the planet earth. Again, uh, trust your intuition. When you get this information, just tell me the first one. Welcome to tell me in the live stream or later on in under the video when it's recorded this. Guys, there is that first feeling when you're entering some strange forest area, um, when you are entering some cave and you feel some strange vibration. You should trust your intuition. And some people are drawn to go back on the same places why they first get information, like that guy who was a YouTube famous geolog, doing the trekking caves. He was obsessed with the caves. What was the name? I just forgot. What was the name? Spellalog is the the guy who research and likes caves. I don't like caves, you see. Yes, that's why I really that psychic person, that literally I never like caves. When there are tours, for example, in Vietnam, when we done this Halong Bay, the famous bay where with these thousand islands and caves inside, I never enter any caves. Literally, I didn't want to enter the caves. I would stay on the rather on the boat, and that's my first thing. Uh, I trust your intuition when there are certain things giving you vibes that you shouldn't go. You're trekking, you're camping somewhere. You feel suddenly strange around your tent, around your camper. When are you just walking or jogging? Just feel and just have alignment with your inner voice. Um, as well, certain people that I was talking about with them on certain very strong um, electromagnetic waves places where I was visiting with certain people, and we were both from different countries on that same place where was very strong electromagnetic field, and you could have with this frequency, you could have the healing. So we were there gathering every day, like on a therapy sessions that would take like 1 week, going returning there for 40 minutes of time and staying there. Is it 30 minutes? Is it 40 minutes? Depending from the place where we would go. And so while we would standing and having that a kind of meditation and absorbing the energy uh, in these electromagnetic strong places, literally, we would talk about different things, and we all have that strong intuition, and we share the same idea. And the idea was that literally the idea was that um, something is strange around this place. If this is electromagnetic, uh, very strong place with electromagnetic field where you can't, um, some of the local physicians, they have calculated where is the strongest. Like, let's say, for, do you remember Arthur Clarke used to say that he moved to Sri Lanka, ex Ceylon, Sri Lanka island in the middle of the Indian Ocean, moved there and spent the rest of his life. And I went there to visit Sri Lanka just because of Arthur Clarke. Arthur Clarke, the author of the famous book Mystery of the World, uh, literally moved there because he said that there is a portal. The strongest on planet Earth is a portal in Sri Lanka. The strongest portal connection with extraterrestrial is there. And then we literally, wherever we go to certain place for that healing with electromagnetic frequencies, we have to be careful if we feel the vibes around staying there, because you have to stay there, like I said, 30-40 minutes for each session. If you feel that you shouldn't be there, don't be there. Like, literally, um, as well, I have felt whenever I would go alone on these places, and I was comparing with some other people, that they were really brave, single solo traveler females, and they shared the same opinion. Even solo traveler males, they share the same opinion. Whenever they go on these, we are going to call it a portal uh, places, in different countries, if they travel alone, they're feeling somehow jeopardized if they stay for not passing, if they stay there on these places for a while, like they're taking out that energy that is rising from the underground. And some of them, they have experienced like, wow, is there something like threatening coming out from the forest around this area. Uh, some of people, they will enter some cave. They should, when they couldn't even enter the caves. They would be just on the entry. They would feel the very strong feeling of fear, and like feeling of, I shouldn't be here. So that's vibes that I'm getting from this message to you, for you guys. Trust your intuition about where are you going this next period. Like I said, with the age of Aquarius, we are going to have um, a lot of confrontation with unmask. The people are here, and yes, they are underground among us, and they will take out their mask, and it will be more and more conflicts uh, and experiences of people as we are entering in the period where everything is on social media. There's so much things that there are, so many people are going to tell about their experience with the extraterrestrial, um, and you just trust your intuition. Where are you heading to? um, as well, like from my experience researching um, esoteric and extraterrestrials, traveling around the world, living on different places, going on some holy places, and places very strong electromagnetic field. Literally, uh, I have literally noticed that people who share these stories could be just people who never had internet, who are very old, people who never had TV. Yes, these kind of people. I have literally done the interviews with different people. The very old people who didn't have a TV, who didn't have, of course, at that period was not even the smart telephone when I was doing research 20 years ago, and when I was traveling, and that's why I have this name Travelog as my nickname on YouTube and all the social medias. And at that period was just my D19 icon, and I was doing the photography exhibitions, the documentary photography of the visiting the religious festivals around the world. And as well, when I would visit the spiritual places, I would talk with different people who lived there or who were visiting as well these spiritual gatherings, events, religious festivals. And some of them, they would be just very old people with no education, no TV, living in the jungle. But when they would translate their talking, it would be really the same, similar experience. If they had experience with uh, the extraterrestrial, they definitely have the same opinion. Whoever described, they described the one that they are feeling that they met and when they have encounter with two different kinds. There is the one that they are gray and very evil, threatening energy, um, tall gray one with these almond eyes, dark, like there is no like white in the eyes, and almond shapes, and they're floating a little bit above the surface. As well, you don't need a description. When you have encounter with them, you just feel it. It's telepathical. You just feel from them controlled or powerless. You just feel a total fear. That's the gray ones. So this is the one that are literally working with us on that through the fear. They're working promoting the word of evil and working on that promoting the fear into us. And the others that they are coming with these positive manners that are friends, the others are here to protect the planet Earth. And they come with the love and they have that energy of lightness in them. Definitely don't have a dark almond eyes and they're not gray. So we have these two types of the good and the bad one. And um, finally, your question was the question was who will, like I said, we shouldn't be afraid. We should keep on praying, and as we are made from the divine energy, as from a simple love, pure divine love. Um, uh, we are going to be protected and we should keep on praying. That's the thing that coming to the surface. There will be a lot of awakening um, of spirituality and rising that conscience um, in the time of Aquarius. Look at the card popping out. Definitely amazing. Great. We need this Aquarius energy in the period when there is a war and so much evil energy. We need that um, um, humanitarian spiritual Aquarius uh, to rise inside of each of us. Um, so guys, like I said, the pray and hoping that we will be always on the right side, and even when we are challenged and with seeing them directly face to face, never keep on, never step out of the fray, and um, be strong and brave, because definitely they're showing off here with this card. Definitely they're showing more and more to the surface. But with these cards, these two cards, 1 second, with two different decks, I'm just going to say we cannot be in a cage of the fears. As well, watching these medias about the global war, definitely we have that rising fear inside of us. We should step out of these fears. Always pray that we are protecting and that we are in alliance, and ask divine to help you and protect you on a daily basis, and be thankful in the present tense. The divine is on your side today. Every morning when I rise, I'm grateful and thankful for divine energy being on my side and giving me this health and all the daily challenges, putting me in a good manners on a right side, moral side in on the daily challenges. um, 1 second. I'm going to open the second one. Uh, Connected to this World War theme, we have three short questions as well here. We have a question of European protest, then question about interview, the last call for that interview with Putin of Tucker, and as well talking about the person from country U. Is he on a run? What's happening in country U in East Europe? I'm trying to be with the short words, so this algorithm of YouTube doesn't cancel this theme. But as well, my whenever I add this theme in the Stop the War playlist, like there is no people, it's literally a shadow band, the video and live stream. Always when I talk about the Stop the War and promoting the culture of peace. So sick. So let's see. So minute 41. Wow, the first thing with aliens, we have 40 minutes, guys. 40 minutes. So let's see. European protests at the moment. Wow. First of all, um, this is not the first time as well. It seems like it's too late now when you already are informed from the media. There was always protests and always pressuring the uh, the always pressuring farmers, um, as well, by trying to promote this suppression. Literally, there is that energy of we want to break through. We want to break through. They have served us in the past so many things, and as well we had a missed opportunity during the first test of our global freedom during the lockdown period, and we are not going to let you anymore mess up with our finance. The people are losing. They have lost so much in finance from the start of SOVID crisis as well. The farmers specifically are so pushed in the past period and betrayed, because there is that global agenda, um, um, of trying to manifest that, as you see, the globalists trying to manifest that total betrayal by controlling the any penny. I just heard controlling any penny. That's the secret mission of trying to push and cancel all this fresh organic food of the farmers. At the end of the day, guys, we all do eat. The rich and poor, we do eat. The prices are three times higher from SOVID, then East Europe crisis, and it's continuous because we are in the middle of the global war. And um, if we don't unite as a community, all of us, farmers are just the start, but we need to literally reject whatever the government on the global level is serving us. We all have to reject, because it's not about just the people who are in agriculture, the farmers are connected to these industries. No, we all have to stand, um, because we are literally, they're feeding us. All these farms, they have that feeding nature towards the city. They have role mission uh, to feed the rest of the country, the rest of the world. And this is not just like we are watching and not having a conscience like, wow, this is a pretext of this other profession. It's not, I do not care. It's not my business. This is something that we need to team up. And the people in the past, they were not um, paying attention. Um, of all these secret agreements where they had lost a lot of money, the farmers. But at this hour, we need to have a love and unity with uh, the protesters on a global level, uh, because it's everybody's business, everybody's business. And rising the conscience and that need of community conscience is here crucial. Uh, and let me see Zelensky. I'm going to do the Zelensky now. Oh, I said I'm not going to mention his name. Pardon? Zelensky, is he on the run? The CIA has literally mentioned for a while that he's not anymore in Ukraine. I have done few times, more than 5 times for sure, Zelensky from last 2 years from the start of the war in East Europe. But let's see. Wow, I see it for split up. There is a political split up on top figures with Zelensky in Ukraine. I'm seeing a few times literally. Um, he cannot play anymore that role. He wants to tell the truth. Wow, wow, wow. Where is that split up? Obviously, this is a truth. Definitely there is a split up. First of all, his wife is first one. The wife was the first one that left country. And this is old news. Yes, definitely. It's like a proxy war. Whenever you see him, it's like a third party. It's not him. It's happened in the past, so he's already not there. It's like, look at through the media's cards, two media cards, Star and Page of Swords media cards. Um, it's like a double. The doubler are there playing this role, and it's already in the past time. Like, wow, this is an old news. Like they're already they are not there. They're really not anymore in their country. Wow, 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 wow. And seems like a right decision. It seems like a right decision. So yes, definitely, it seems like he's not there. Another question: will Zelensky choose to live in America or Emirates? Because long time ago, we have first during the start of the war in East Europe, we have that information where he has a house in, I do believe, Florida, yacht, and then there is a new story where he has as well a real estate inside of Dubai, Bulgari complex, the luxurious, fine jet set uh, uh, condos area. So will Zelensky live in Dubai in future? No, there is. We don't know the true location, and somehow I feel he won't be on either of these two places. He has real estate on different locations, but he's not there. Will he live in America? Wow, definitely he's protecting. Look at under the government. This is my CIA card. Wow, wow, wow. And yes, but like being under the protection under another name, it's a right decision. He feels safer to be in America, but definitely he won't hear like his name, not under that name, definitely under the contract. And he's already there. Like, do you think he was there? Again, too late information. It's old news. Um, That's happened in the past time with the seven pentacle five of cup cards. These are two cards that they're giving the vibes, literally always telling me, and it was confirmed with other readings as well, that it's an old news. Like, wow, you asked me this, it's an old news. It's too late to even ask about this. Anike, hello guys. So definitely Zelensky is long time ago abroad. His money is already as well abroad. There was a pure strategy from the start, from before starting the war. I just heard from before starting the war. And he's under that new face, new identity, uh, protected from CIA, definitely from the government. So, like I said, he won't be where his real estates are. Definitely, you won't see him like, wow, this is the real estate of Zelensky, his wife, his brother, or somebody else. And here is here. Here are the paparazzis. He will be, he's under like new identity somewhere else. Wow. Yes, there is a trickster here. And everything is a business, and the proxy war continues like, wow, lot of information. We don't know whatever they're serving us. Again, we don't know the real story. We know that just a little bit, like we have the proverb in any language. It's a little bit of smoke, but we don't know where the fire is coming from. We see the phone, we see the that fume, right? But we don't know where is the region of the fire. We just see it in the air. So yes, still under the veil, strategically protected from CIA. And I'm going to make a short version of this. This is a funny one. One second. Where's my other telephone? And Aniket, where are you? Don't forget to hit likes. Let me just record this. Here it is. We are going to record it. So one second. Where is here? Here. So Zelensky has left the country. Yes, he's not in Ukraine. Long time ago, under protection of CIA, a new identity, definitely. Um, as well, this old news, it's like, is he in Miami real estate or that other Dubai? No, no, no. There is another place with new identity, and we still don't know the truth. Country, yes, he's not in Ukraine. Long time ago, under protection of CIA, new identity, definitely. Um, as well, this old news, it's like, is he in Miami real estate or the other Dubai? No, no, no. There is another place with new identity, and we still don't know the truth. Zelensky has left the country. Yes, he's not in Ukraine. Long time ago, under protection of CIA, new identity, definitely. Um, as well, this old news, it's like, is he in Miami real estate or the let me hashtag guys. I'm making a short version. World War III. So I keep reading. Okay, it's there. And the last question, we have last question about Tucker. Let's put. First of all, yesterday I have done the reading about Tucker, so you may check. It's a long reading. Prediction about Tucker's days in Moscow and uh, the first days in Moscow. And now we are going to talk about that tomorrow is going to be published his interview. So let's see shortly the difference. What is it? As well, you're welcome to check the rest of the things about Tucker and Zelensky and other World War team in my playlist Stop the War, because I promoted the culture of praying uh, not to use any kind of violence, to stop the violence, to stop the war, and uh, message is peace and love. It's here to find lives, not just stop war team. As well, you're welcome to check the first playlist, longest was Justice Will Be Served, and then later on with mix of political mysteries, crime stories, but as well later on I prepared the new playlist Stop the War. As well, these lists are basically shadow banned and all the profile wherever you check it, because I literally goes against any kind of criminality in the globalists. That's why it's almost no views on this theme. Again, 1 second. I'm just going to. It's there. I'm just going to prepare the short version of the Zelensky TikTok version of Position of the Cards. I'm going to download it as well, guys, for you, short version on TikTok. Bear with me. One second, and we continue from Zelensky. We go to that theme, Tucker's interview. So let's see. Tucker. So do check up again. I said 1 hour long interview about Tucker. 1 second, guys. So here it is. Let's see. How will pass the interview Tucker with Putin publishing tomorrow? Wow. First of all, people definitely are going to find it like a betrayal. It was already stated as a betrayal. Whoever had done till now that interview with somebody who is opponent of the war at that period, look at it's like wow. Definitely, this is total betrayal, and Uncle Sam will be really furious. As well, there are going to be a lot of accusation of him being called out. And just check up there. There is coming out if you want to put the hashtag anywhere, Twitter, everywhere, TikTok, Tucker Carlson is showing up, popping out the first hashtag from the bots from this proxy war. The first hashtag is eventually Tucker is a traitor, and that's what they are taking in action. Pardon, it's like this. That's what they are trying to manifest, but having understanding that this is just he's fighting for his work against Uncle Sam. He do not care, as you see, person who doesn't this time fearless want to expose the lies as well. The lies are coming here reversed, so yes, let's expose the lies. um, Will they block his finance? Wow, wow, wow. Look at guys. It seems like they are trying to block his finance as well. But I think that he already put in the, it's like a missed opportunity. He already put it somewhere else away, the finance. So definitely they cannot do it. He had this. He was like prepared. There was like a full strategy. Like again, he was preparing this for 1 year. This interview with Putin again. Remember that last year, September, Elon Musk first wanted to do that talk with Putin to stop the war in East Europe. Um, Last year, like not this September, this October started the war in Gaza, but we talk about this 2 autumns before, where Elon Musk 2022 September, he wanted to talk with Putin to stop the war, but nobody didn't want to stop the war. So simple. And as well, his Tucker definitely from that period wanted to touch this subject, because he understood that they are blocking Elon Musk from talking, negotiating, and he wants to see that other side talking, and definitely he wants to show that we were served and expose, and he's coming to reverse the lies, to expose the lies of, as we see reverse lies from the government, from the Uncle Sam. Definitely it's like definitely talking about the, talking with the person from country R with the name President Putin, that he's protective, like a father figure that wants to fix everything and not to promote the war. He's definitely want to fix, but they're keeping it in shade with the blockage of the media because they don't want to stop the war. That's the whole thing. They're rejecting the idea of fixing the things with the Putin. Uh, as well, is that an interview with personally with Putin? Is there an interview with his colleagues? Guys, literally, I have the feeling that the first interview with his colleagues, their team workers, with the Ten of Pentacles, and that he's going to revisit talking with him. Like he didn't want to take a risk first time he made the interview with them. And I said this in my long prediction yesterday, 1 hour about talking about Tucker in Moscow. And um, it's still on a hold, definitely on a hold. Look at definitely on the hold, but going to revisit for interview with Putin. This time, I do believe he was talking first interview. He was talking first meeting with the top figures next to him. Again, somebody who is there, like literally, I saw a few times the figure like a female is PR. There's one blondie lady. I saw her, pardon me, I don't know her name, but I see her in the news. When I watch the news from other side, from Russia, I watch both news. We don't have blockage where I'm here in South Europe. We don't have blockage of the media. So we can see the news when we watch the news, 7, 8 p.m. o'clock evening news. We watch the both sides. We go first from the east side, but then we go for the west side news. Then we have a local news. So yes, it's literally I see that female figure that is usually on the news talking in diplomatic affairs, talking against all the accusation, all the lies. Um, Definitely he saw her. He's having her as well in interview. Interesting. Like literally not to jeopardize his life back in US, he had to do interview with somebody who is next to Putin, but not him. That's my impression. So guys, that's my prediction of these days teams. See you a little bit later. Don't forget, if you like this material, to hit the like, check up the time frames of different questions in this collective reading for today. And as well, again, this is a February 2024. Leave me your comments. If you're reading a little bit later this, leave me your comments what was confirmed and what really happened. Um, because definitely we are going to have a lot of confirmation for my collective readings. Thank you again, guys. Don't forget to pray this world to stop and that we are all the one, whatever religion, color, and whatever is was block or neutral in between. We are definitely all the one, and we should pray not to be violence and not to be suffering on any living being, starting from fauna to the flora and towards uh, living and human beings. Kisses to all, peace and love to all, and no suffering on the planet Earth.